All right, welcome back to the Pub Test podcast. We got a little bit of a special today with the free agency happening, so we thought we'd just do a quick little 15 minutes, hopefully, of all the trades that happened as of the 4th of October, Tuesday night.
Like a KO mini.
Yeah, hopefully.
We say 15 minutes. It's gonna end up being too long, isn't it?
So we'll hopefully go through them and then maybe discuss a few. There's a few that Tommy wants to discuss with Collingwood, but
Very active.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they did too fair. It did look like they were going to, and it's proven to be that way so
They've
far.
delivered, haven't they? Yep.
so far they've delivered. So we'll start off quickly. Melbourne's got pick 27 from Port Adelaide. They've given away a second round pick and a third round pick to move up, maybe for the Grundy trade. We'll see that.
Looking that way.
The Dogs have picked up Liam Jones, and Carlton has got compensation, pick 49. So that's a third round pick.
You were surprised by that, Tommy, them getting compensation.
He chose not to.
He's
okay,
retired.
I don't want to be. I don't want to. This is not a COVID discussion, but he didn't. He chose not to play. He got the Blues got compensation.
Yeah, but I think when did Henderson from Carlton retired from mental health and he got picked up by Geelong? Did you get compensation for that? Because technically, Liam Jones is just a retiree and he's just been picked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He
Yeah,
retired.
I'm not sure what the criteria is.
Yeah,
Like,
he retired.
I'd love to know the reasoning for and against why you would or wouldn't get
Yeah.
compensation. Anyway, not sure.
There you go.
That's a good bolster for the Dogs
Big
in their
pick
back
for
half.
Big time, yeah.
So then, big one, Dan McStay has got to Collingwood. Brisbane have received pick 35 as compensation, so that's a second round draft pick. Tommy, happy, not happy?
It's a lot of money. He's a good player, but like, what position does he play? He's probably forward, but he's been a third tall. Like, it's versatile, so he'll be handy, but I just think 600 is too much. And I'm assuming it's a Cox replacement. I think he plays ahead of Cox. I can't see
Yeah.
Cameron Cox and McStay will play the same side.
You'd probably stick with the two
Yeah,
forward,
I
two
think
full
so.
tall forwards and four
I think
smalls.
so.
So that's a mare from a Collingwood supporter.
It's
a bit, eh.
good play. Yeah, it's good player. Too much money.
But, like, devil's advocate, Collingwood fans have been crying out for a key forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but he's a second
you've
key.
got one.
He's
Yeah.
the second key.
I know,
He's not a key
but like
forward.
what the
It's-
when
yeah.
based off
Yeah.
everything in the market, you got what you asked for.
Yes.
Maybe it's not
True.
a top like a Jeremy Cameron from a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
it's a key forward.
It's been my check on an island for a long time. Like, he's won 4 consecutive leading goal kicker things for Collingwood. So he's definitely. Yeah, I think it's a player that we may need. It's not. Yeah, the money. If you're saying he was 400 to 500, I'm starting to like it more. But I think he'll still be a handy player for Collingwood. He started to show a lot towards back end of this year for Brisbane. So definitely handy player for Collingwood. Probably what we need, but maybe a bit much for what he's delivered over his career.
Then the biggest steal of the draft, Blake Acres to Carlton. Fremantle has got a future third. Blake Acres played a very good role in the wing. He's at his third club now. I don't know.
This is
Future third. A future
I
third.
cannot believe. I'm still in a bit of shock about this one. This is really flown under the radar. That is way too low for a really good player. I know it's like they've got the criteria and all that, but this is huge for Carlton.
It's what they needed. I think they needed a
This
winger.
is perfect for them. So he fills the void of. That's basically what the worst player in their team was that second wingman.
Yeah,
basically.
It was like Nunes and O'Brien.
Nunes, Carroll, O'Brien locked away his spot, but it was basically, Nunes or Cottrell.
Nunes got delisted, so
Yeah.
no, big need for him.
Yeah, so I think it's incredible. Like, good skills. He's going to come in. He seems keen, wanted to go there. So it's massive.
Is he getting paid a fair bit? I feel like I was reported that he's getting a bit fair
I haven't seen anything about money, but if he is getting paid a lot,
Don't know how.
Well, that brings it on to a next.
it's a
which
can of
will be later.
worms, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not too sure.
Because I thought he was like wanting 700 or something from Fremantle, but I could be really wrong there. I could be just making up numbers.
Yeah, not
I'd
sure.
be like, yeah.
But yeah,
But if it's like
Big for Carlton.
300, 400, no, it's not 300. 300 is way too low. If it's like 400, 500, it's a very good pickup.
still for a
For
pure
sure.
wingman, there's not many of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's great. Well done.
And then West Coast has got a bit of, I don't know about this. It seems a bit pointless, in my opinion, but they've got a little bit of standards in their training now with Jaden Hunt going there. Compensation to Melbourne for pick 52. I understand it's probably a bit of a nothing trade, but at least now you haven't got like a rookie coming in that's probably not at level.
Yeah.
At least we got someone at level.
It's not like a Sam Petrevsky-Seton or someone like that
Yeah.
who just clearly wasn't
No.
up to it. They went just to see if they could hold a spot in a team and they couldn't.
Yeah.
At least you know he's there in your best 22 every week.
Yeah, so there's standards there that he would train to, and people got to lift up to his, otherwise they don't get a game.
Surely why is he going from Melbourne to West Coast? Is he going home?
No.
That's a weird move to go to West Coast unless he's getting
Stall
paid.
while I search.
Unless he's getting paid. That's a weird move to go
Well,
from a
maybe
premiership
Melbourne
contender
aren't
to
gonna play
a
him.
bottom feeder.
Well, maybe Melbourne just turned around and said we're not playing next
Maybe.
year.
Yeah, maybe.
He's a Victorian boy.
That's weird.
Brighton grammar.
There you go. Because, yeah.
26
I
years
feel
old.
like he feel like he established a spot. But maybe.
Oh,
Did he? I thought he
No.
played. Did he get dropped a few times?
yeah.
Did he?
He was just in and out.
I thought he
I was pretty
was getting
sure.
games. There you
the
go.
premiership team, he definitely wasn't in that year.
Yes,
but
that's true.
next
That's true.
this year he was.
I thought he got more games this year. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying.
I'm very mistaken. He played 20
Yeah,
games this
that's
year.
what I was thinking. I thought you're right. The previous years, you're right. He was in and outside. But I thought he got a lot of games. this
Yeah,
year.
interesting, because I just assumed it was he wasn't getting opportunity at Melbourne. So whether it's he got squeezed out, we heard Harms as well is looking at other clubs, so maybe there's been a bit of a squeeze.
But you can
It might be
understand
what
the
you
half
said.
squeeze because the midfield's stacked. Whereas halfback, are they really stacked? That Christian Salem,
That's pretty much it.
shit, I ran out dry. quickly there.
I really wish I could help you there, but
That really got dry really quickly. Anyway, moving on to that, we talked about a lot more than I thought we would. Tim Taranto, big get for Richmond. They've done the Geelong filled back up, top back up, get rid of first round draft picks, get rid of draft picks, just players. We want players. GWS in return have got a first round draft pick, which is pick 12, and a second round draft pick, which is 19. Good pick up from Richmond. Really good pick up
Big.
from Richmond here.
solid.
Top back up the list. Well, you
Needed
got
it.
Lynch in prime. You got Bolton coming along. Dustin Martin's got a couple more years.
Inside midfielder who can push forward.
Yeah.
He's got a presence, wins his own ball.
Needed it.
Yeah, contested
You can
ball
see
winners, just-
that final when Dion Preston went out. It was done. It was cooked for them. So perfect play for them.
They tell you what, this is big for Richmond. I think everything else fell into place. Their defense was good. Their forward line was so dangerous. If they can have if they end up getting Hopper,
Yeah.
Taranto Hopper along with all those other guys, and they're winning centre clearance and
Yeah.
getting the ball first, watch
Then-
out.
Cotchin can play the sub role from this year. Bit fresher for finals.
Take a
and things
back
like that.
seat.
So
Yep.
this is a huge play for them. I think it puts them right back into contention
Unfortunately.
easily.
It's very nice.
Hate it. Hate Richmond being good, but yeah, they're going to be very good.
Even more Collingwood news. They are, as we said, active. Bobby Hill has been picked up, and they've also got a third round pick, which is pick 40. GWS received a third round pick, which is 43, and a future second round selection. So really, Collingwood's moved up 3 spots, and they've only got a future second round pick for Bobby Hill. It's a very, very good pickup,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. I wanted it done. We would talk about it before we started recording, Rod. I don't know who he replaces. Probably Bianco, but yeah, I wanted this deal done. It's obviously been talked about for a long time now. Is Bobby Hill to Collingwood? I wanted it done, so I'm happy. Yeah, I think makes us. We see all these sides, all these like Geelong with all these little, these small forwards that are wreaking havoc. Obviously, Richmond past years of their small forwards have dominated games. I think Bobby Hill will do just that for Collingwood, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, it looks like you've really invested in
Small
making sure
forwards.
this forward line
Yeah.
is up to speed, because that facilitates the game plan you're trying to play, which is catching teams out the back. You have Bobby Hill instead of Bianco, whoever it is, streaming towards
Back.
goal. It's just presence, isn't it, really? Rather than a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid who probably isn't quite there yet. And I know Bobby Hill's not a star small forward, but he could be with the right opportunity and the right culture. So you
Tyson
don't know.
Stengel, potentially. Version 2.
Walked right into that one. But yeah, it's good. It's what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Someone
for
else
only
like
a
Ginnivan.
future second round, for an established AFL player,
Free hit.
It literally is a free hit.
you've already got you have to wait 4 or 5 years to draft a player and see if they're good enough. We already know somewhat he could be. He's still got a little bit more upside.
It's been hard to tell how good he'll be because he's played small forward on a shocking Giants side this year. So hard to tell because small forward on a bad side is one of the worst roles to play.
It's
So
a lonely place.
it's hard to tell
Lonely.
how I think he's shown enough. I really like him. So and he'll complement well with the Elliott's more of a hit up player and stuff. So yeah, like it.
Another bit of a nothing trade in my opinion. Carl Amon signs with Hawthorn.
Hang on, 14th in the Brownlow, Carl Amon, mind you. Just make that clear.
12th.
Oh, even better. There you go. He's a gun.
I think
If
he
you're
got
going to
14
bring out
votes.
stats, get them right.
No, okay. Hey, 14. There you go.
I think he got 14 votes.
No, I had that in my head, but gun. Not.
Yeah. Most unusual trade in my opinion. Port Adelaide have got pick 27 as compensation. I think that'd be wrapped with that.
Yeah, well,
might help
this
with
was probably the worst kept secret in the AFL for the last 3 or 4 months. Basically, everyone knew. It was just basically released to the public before it was even official. Yep, he's going to Hawthorn. So I think it's good for them.
It's good for Port Adelaide. I mean, it helps them if Jason France does want to, if they can get that deal done. It's another pick that can help towards that.
And Hawthorn as well, someone who's willing to push forward. They want to play that little bit of like chaos footy. They want to play quick. They want to play fast. Amon can do that. But
yeah, but I don't understand. He's not in their age bracket. Is that for the next premiership, in my opinion? So it seems like a 3 or 4. It seems like a Tom Mitchell a couple of years ago and Jared O'Meara a couple of years ago.
Oh,
But I think he'd be 27, maybe.
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
if they had to give something up for him via trade, you're questioning it. But free agency,
Yeah, true.
they've given up nothing for him.
Especially if
So-
they're dumping Tom Mitchell. If that ends up happening, then they've got the money to fill the
True.
void. But you're right. He's not going to be there for his next premiership, you'd think.
You want to hope he's a good trainer because he sets the standard for the next bloke.
Yeah.
You know, the rookies that come in, he sets the standard. But yeah, not too bad. The last one, big one. My man's already smiling over here.
Shocked.
Jordan DeGoey has re-signed with Collingwood. Doesn't sound like there's many behavioural clauses in it.
First 2 years. Apparently, it's behavioural clauses. But I
For the
don't know.
first 2 years.
Yeah, first
And not for the second
Yeah,
2.
that's confusing. Only the first 2 years as the behavioural clause.
Wait, did you get 5 or 4?
5.
You got 5.
So only 2 years out of it.
What's the money they're talking?
Oh, it'd be similar. I think it'd still be 800 plus, which is again a lot of money.
Wow.
So maybe he rejected it not just because of behavioural, he wanted 5 years instead of 4.
Maybe,
Because the first offer was 4.
maybe, but yeah, it's weird that's 2 years and not 5. So he'll be good. He'll be good for 2 years, and then he'll be a dickhead. So I don't know. Yeah, my mindset's changed a lot from when we spoke 2 weeks ago when I said I'd pick DeGoey over Grundy. That has changed.
Anyway, you got a very good, very talented player.
Yes,
On some,
Potential.
on his best. At his best, he is. But
he showed it in the last 6 weeks of his thing, so of the season. So we'll see if he does it again.
yep.
That was annoying though, wasn't it? It was literally 12 hours after we finished recording last week.
Yeah.
He's re-signed. For God's sake.
Why'd you reject it?
Bad
Seriously.
timing, Jordan. But no, good. I mean, as long as Collingwood hasn't kind of
Yeah.
backed down from what they originally offered just because he rejected it, as long as they stood firm,
Yes.
I don't
think
have
they-
too many problems with it.
Mm.
There's always going to be that question mark, isn't there, like we spoke about. But yeah, it's as long as there is some sort of onus on him to stick to some sort of KPIs.
Yep.
No dramas.
Yeah, we know what he can do. Will he do it every week? And will he stop himself off the field
Probably
doing
not.
what we know he can do?
Probably not.
Unlikely. I did like Craig McRae's little jab at him. Did you hear that Copeland Trophy?
No.
He's like talking about sticking by players from New York to Bali. He
Oh,
went to
I
Bali.
did hear
Oh,
that. Yeah, that was good.
He got a lot of laughs at the trophy, but
Some lols.
did. But good player. It's a lot of money, but if he plays like he did in that final series, he's worth every bit of that 800 grand.
So that's all the trades that have been done officially, been lodged. There's obviously a few that have been said that they're done, but they're not done. So I'll run through a few of them. So Griffin Logue and Darcy Tucker apparently are out of Dockers and both in North Melbourne. That pretty much secures Lob not leaving Fremantle. Aaron Francis is pretty much a lock to Sydney for a future second or a third, I think it is. I can't remember. I think future third. And then Jacob Hopper is meant to be going to the Tigers, and that's for a big deal. I won't really say any names there because I don't really know, but that's like 4 or 5, 3 picks and a player apparently. And then Junior Rioli, which I forgot about. Now I'm reading the list, I remember him, but Junior Rioli to Port Adelaide, and Jason Orr-Francis also requested a trade to Port Adelaide, which is massive. Can we just talk about that for a minute, actually?
Absolutely.
That's big,
I forgot
yeah.
about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Before you mentioned that, I would have forgotten.
I think
Yeah.
this is
Big.
to watch. I think he wants to go home. Obviously, that's no shit. But he's a home-centric person. Like, he wants to be at home. He likes Port Adelaide. He likes being around his friends and family. But 1 year into a contract, he's already packed up his bags and left. I understand there's a bit of maybe the Clarko situation and there's a bit of upheaval at North Melbourne, but he's packed up his bags very quickly, and I don't like he hasn't seen it out. He hasn't stuck wide or stuck fat. He's just I'm out.
And obviously we don't know the whole story, but my gut says that he's used this whole Clarkson thing and all this drama as an excuse to say, I don't think I should be here.
It's an easy.
He's capitalised on it for sure.
Yeah.
So it's more understandable now. But I still think, geez, you've got to, similar to like the Tanner Bruin, just wherever you get drafted, it's a pleasure. Like, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
I know it's hard because North Melbourne, everything going on, but that's an opportunity to really improve as a footballer.
Well, he got the suspension after the Mother's Day incident, and then he didn't even crack into the side for a couple of games, and then had to wait. Like, I'm sorry, but you're on the one draft pick.
I just don't think he has a leg to stand on. He's too many. He had a number of indiscretions. Like, he got dropped due to poor, like not doing ice baths and stuff. He obviously visiting Adelaide without telling Kangaroos. There's a couple of things, ill-discipline acts from a first-year player, number one draft pick. I don't think he has a leg to stand on. So I think you're right. I think it's literally using the Clarkson thing as excuse.
Leverage.
I don't like it at all, to be honest.
And did he really show that much this year? I know Nick Dacos had a fantastic year, and it's a bit hard to compare him, but did he really show that much in a side that he should have been playing 90% midfield time? Like,
he didn't have that breakout game. I don't think.
I don't remember.
I didn't watch much North Melbourne. I don't think many of us did, but it didn't even seem like Supercoach.
I was about to say Supercoach. He had one game. Yeah. He had a 190 game from memory, and that's it.
Yeah, he didn't seem to. It didn't seem like he improved during the year, which is what is probably more concerning. And whether that is that he just wasn't in the right environment,
checked out,
or it was just like you said, him just mentally being, I don't want to be here anymore. So what's the point of trying? Which is concerning.
Poor.
And it's a shame for North Melbourne because they took the risk on him because they knew obviously he was a Port Adelaide boy, he was an Adelaide boy, and they also knew that he was quite close to his family. So it's a bit of a shame, isn't it?
And you assume that North probably looked into that a lot before they drafted him and said, we understand, like, are you sure that you're going to be committed? And he probably said yes.
Yes, yeah.
So, because you'd be stupid not to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably makes the Junior Rioli deal quite tricky because that seemed like a sure thing probably a month ago.
Yeah, true.
Whereas now, I don't think they're going to be using everything to try and get Horn Francis.
Well, here, what they're saying is Junior Rioli in, Horn Francis in, and then pick 8, 27, 53, a future first and a future second, all out.
That cannot be enough
for both those players.
Whoa, that can't be enough, can it? With Horn Francis, I know he didn't show much, but he's still number one pick. Was there only one first rounder in there? Or the two?
No. It's pick 8, 27, 53.
One first
rounder. Surely it's pick 8 and a future first and a future second for Horn Francis, and maybe 27 and 53 for Rioli. Or maybe the other way around. I don't know.
Enough.
Because Junior Rioli is not pick 8. You give him pick 8 for Horn Francis.
No. Fletcher,
like maybe a future second for Rioli and the rest for Horn Francis.
Maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, it's always hard to tell how much Horn Francis worth. He's a first round pick, so it's how Reece Bites comes into play because all you think is he's had a pretty average year, Horn Francis, but he's a first round draft pick.
But like potential, you're paying for potential, and that's a bit scary.
Yeah, correct.
There's a few more deals that we'll leave them aside. We're at a little bit now, so we'll leave them aside. We'll see what's happening in the next couple of days. Should we get busy by Friday? So next week should be a juicy trade period.
Yeah, excited to talk about it next week. So you said it ends next Wednesday, Rod? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay, so literally we're hitting right. Literally, yeah, we had a report just for a deadline day.
We might even do a recording Wednesday or something like that because I feel like everything will be done in the last hour.
It'll kick off, yeah. The dominoes, once one domino falls, it's going to be chaos.
All right, thanks for listening to our little trade special. We'll have another one up next week too, just to recap the draft.